Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari. Hey, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Krishna. Hey there, Nitai. Chandra, welcome. Yeah, everything's cool here. If you want, you come on live here. Come on the. It's on my. The live link is on my timeline. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari. I can try it out. And you too, Freddie, if you want, come and chant. Okay, we'll do a little japa here. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna. Okay, that's fine. And try and get Chrome, because Chrome is the one that works best on. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama. Safari might not work. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna. Hey, Freddie. All right. Yes, we have a cameo appearance of Freddie here. Very rare thing.
Yeah, it's indeed a very rare thing.
It's a very rare appearance of cameo appearance of Freddie.
I prefer to come when it's not so crowded.
Well, that's today. Yeah. Okay, welcome, my friend. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I'm going to refresh this and the internet will get better even. So just stay on in case it does something weird. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari. Oh my Lord Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Rama Hari Hari. Oops. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Krishna Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Oh Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hari Rama Hari Krishna oh Krishna Hari Rama Krishna Hari Rama Hari Krishna Hari Rama Hari Krishna Hari Rama Krishna, 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 oh Krishna. Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 oh my Lord Krishna. Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram. Woo! Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. What are you laughing at?
You are laughing. What are you laughing at?
Krishna. He's a hoot, man. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Jesus, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Jesus, Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivasari, Gora, Bhaktivinoda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Oh, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, my Lord Krishna. Oh, my wonderful Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, we got, look who's here. Surprise.
Oh,
Krishna has attracted here. Wherever Krishna goes, she goes.
the Belgian crew.
Hare
For
Krishna,
Marita,
Krishna,
it's already 22:34.
Yeah.
It's 11:30.
No, 12:30. No, 11:30. I woke up.
Krishna, yeah. She smelled Krishna around. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Ram Ram, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Ram Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Ram Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari. Hari Ram, Ram, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Ram, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Ram, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Ram, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Ram, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Ram, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Ram, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Ram, Hari Hari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda.
Jaya Jaya Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Gaura Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
All right. We're reading from, let's see here. Srila Prabhupada books. That's it. Books. Right. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, it's not working so good today. Oh, there it is. Okay. Reading from Bhagavad Gita. It's chapter 9 again.
Back to basics.
Back to the basics. It's not so basic, man. Krishna himself spoke these things. It's pretty deep stuff, man.
Yes, everything is deep.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. Everything. Yeah, introduction. Where is this? Okay. Yeah. Most confidential knowledge. Yes. Yeah. My computer's is going out, so I may have some problems here. The screen is flickers sometimes. Wednesday they'll be finished. I got another one coming. Okay. Jai Srila Prabhupada, thank you for writing this and translating this wonderful book for us. This is just so amazing. What happened here? Okay. What happened there? Okay. 9-1. Okay. The Supreme Lord said, "My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most secret wisdom, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence." Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. As a what happens? Oh, sorry. Hey, here we go. Thank you for saying something. We can't forget Shama Sundari.
I'm always shouting Hare Krishna from the back room, but on the other, you don't hear me, only on BeLive.
Yeah, ready. Yeah. You got something you want to report to us today before we jump in there? Huh?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Purport. I love this. I love this purport. It's one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites. Anything written by Prabhupada I love. It's so great. As a devotee hears more and more about the Supreme Lord. Yeah. As a devotee hears more and more about the Supreme Lord, even chanting his name too, he becomes enlightened, that's for sure. He becomes enlightened. This hearing process is recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam. The messages of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are full of potencies. You notice Srila Prabhupada said, as a devotee, hears more and more. See, Srimad Bhagavatam is greatly pleasing to hear in a society of devotees. See, devotees with devotion. See? Not to make the false ego get stronger and become a legend in your own mind. Whoa, look at me. I've got all these disciples and all this. No. Here's more and more, becomes enlightened. It's like, especially if you're a guru, man, you should be enlightened by lightening up the karma that you're picking up from your disciples. Otherwise, you can't get rid of it, man. You accumulate. Yeah, more and more become enlightened in a society of devotees. See, and that's how you know. Hey, man, if you are you in religion or are you in spirituality? So if you're in religion, you go to Bhagavatam class and everything, and you leave more or less like you were. Okay, and if you're actually hearing from devotees with real devotion, you're going into, first of all, it's like chapter, what is it? Whatever chapter. It's the first canto, 218. By regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam and by service to the devotee, all that's troublesome to the heart is diminished. See, troublesome to the heart is ignorance. All this stuff, it's weighty, man. You become enlightened. Lighten up. See, so if you're hearing from a devotee, you should be feeling lighter, purified. See, enlightened, and then you come to the point where ecstatic devotion begins to awaken. Love of God. Ever hear about that? Anybody? How many of you gurus have pure love of God? How many have? I want to know. Why don't you tell us? How many of you know what pure love of God is? Anybody out there?
They hide it. They hide it.
Oh, that's what it is. Well, we'll keep it a secret. You keep it a secret, and we'll we'll do what we do. See? So, Prabhupada actually, ideally, he's talking about from the devotional platform. If you notice, Bhagavad Gita say a pure devotee always does this. A pure devotee is like this. He's, teaching what is the ideal. You're actually devotee means devotion to the Lord. You actually awaken the transcendental potency, which gives you natural love for God, man. Attraction. And then you're on that path. That undeviated devotion. You know what devotion is, man. You want, man. I don't want to leave this path. I like this devotion. It's real life in that. Wow, look at this. I'm starting to see what the Lord's Maya is. Everybody that doesn't have devotion is more or less blind. Okay? That's how wonderful this is. And you get an undeviated devotion more and more. Maybe you stumble once in a while. That's why you get sadhu sangha. You got the strength of the devotees. But some people are so foolish they leave. They think, I don't need the society devotees. And Krishna's saying, look what happens. Look what happens. So you can be that example, and maybe we'll all learn from that. Maybe why Krishna, lead, people are led away. He doesn't want people to leave, but sometimes, they need to do these things. So, the message of Bhagavatam, the message of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are full of potencies. And these potencies can be realized if topics regarding the Supreme Lord are discussed amongst devotees. See, again, potencies, they're spiritual, man. They're full of and we can realize these potencies by discussions. That's why we come here every day. You notice? Do you find these discussions enlightening here, Freddie?
Yeah, just a little bit sometimes.
Sometimes. How about you, Shama Sundari?
Sorry?
Never mind. Okay. All right, moving right along. For it is realized knowledge. See, that's why you notice Bhagavad Gita 10:10 says real knowledge. See, when you worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, ecstatic love, pure love of God, then you get real knowledge, realize. See, you are realizing something. Realized knowledge, not mental speculation. Speculating what is it? What is a real devotee? Well, are you a real devotee? Oh, no, of course not. Have you ever felt real devotee? Oh, well, no. But I know all about what a real devotee is. See, that's called neophyte. Neophytes are not open. You know how many neophyte gurus there are? We prove them every day. Who is a neophyte guru? It's very easy. We just come here and give class. And if they say, well, we know all about bhakti, man, there you go, you're neophyte. Isn't that amazing how that works? Okay. If you can't, neophyte guru and neophyte disciple, they're both blind. See, they're both blind and not open. See, Lord Chaitanya came here to deliver people, but they just need to be open. See? Open. See? Open to learn. Simple. See, and that's how easy it is. People get delivered here. Usually the guru is not open, right? So they don't listen. There's no room for the word of a person empowered by the Lord to deliver them. So the disciples come that are open and they listen, and then they will actually help their gurus. Because when the gurus eventually see, look, they're just open to hearing the message and they're getting more and more enlightened. And look at me, I'm just stuck with austerities and renunciation and all this hard work. And they're out having a great time. What path is this you're following? This is, there's no other path other than following these rules and regulations and all that stuff. See, that's what they think now. people have left here also think, oh, that Gaurahari's not teaching the right thing, because it's about you. Somebody sent this group to me. Oh, Janaki showed me this group. One of the guys is part of it that left here because that group and the name says it all. What Prabhupada teaches about Raghunuga Bhakti. See, he thinks he knows, and all these others think they know. See that? Oh, well, all we have to do, we have what Prabhupada says in the book Bhagavat there, and all about Raghunuga Bhakti, but they all get confused always. You know why? Because Prabhupada says many times that you just do your sadhana bhakti, and eventually you get Raghunuga Bhakti. You just come to the platform of love of God. But I never seen anybody do that way. But then he contradicts himself. Yeah, but you need to get the mercy of a real Vaishnava. See? How do you solve these contradictions? Only a person empowered to teach Raghunuga Bhakti in a living body can do it, and no one else. You can't just do it from the book. No, you have to see a person like a devotee Bhagavat worshiping the Lord on the platform of spontaneous love of God, and the Lord says, okay, now you teach it. And not do a Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta teaching. You know, the Lord instructed and inspired them to teach the foundation work. Now, if devotees want to move on, they got to get over that false pride, thinking, no, I don't need to go to anybody. No, we're all Vaidhi Bhaktis, and we'll discuss our way up to the Raghunuga platform using Prabhupada's books about that subject. No. That's why Prabhupada came. He came to someone. He came to me in a lucid dream and said, yeah, this has my approval. You do this. Do more of this. Because you need a person to teach you. What is the proof? Well, hey, you guys, all of you in that Prabhupada group, will challenge you. All of you go, and I don't care how many thousands of persons. Let's compare how many persons are not just Raghunuga Bhakti. How many of you, Prabhupada group, I think probably 1,000 or 2 members, you put your 1,000 or 2 members, you show us how many have the symptoms of spontaneous devotion. And you can go to our little small group of about 30 people and see how many people have the symptoms of not only being Raghunuga Bhaktas, but have the symptoms of spontaneous love of God awakening in them. Where'd you go, Freddie? How dare you leave here? I was getting inspiration looking at your face.
He was frozen.
Oh, he was frozen? Oh, there he is.
Freddie, how dare you?
How dare he? Raghunuga.
Something happened. I disappeared all of a sudden.
Yeah. It happens. It might be the bandwidth sometimes happens. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I only say this because I feel a little chivalrous now. Actually, that's a devotional emotion, chivalry. Yeah, if you don't challenge it, the illusion a little bit, what kind of teaching can you do? Right? You gotta get a little challenge in you. You gotta throw the gauntlet down. Come on, you 1,000 members. Let's see who's getting the result from that way. You go that way, you're doing. How many of you have ecstatic love of God? And how many here you can see have the symptoms? And we'll use the scriptures. We'll use Prabhupada's books as a standard. Now, does that sound fair, Freddie? Is that a fair challenge?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Prabhupada's books are always the standard. Yeah. But if they don't understand the standard, that is their problem.
Yeah. Now, whoever wins will follow them. Okay? They'll follow. So if they win and show, then we'll follow their path. And if we win, they've got to follow our path. And we picked up 1,000 followers. And we'll give Freddie all the karma.
No.
You're my new assistant for that. Karma assistant. Karma.
Who wants to be guru? If you have thousands of disciples, you can't liberate them, and you get all the karma of these bullshit disciples.
Maybe they don't actually believe it if they risk so much.
Yeah.
Or
They
are
don't
just
know.
under
They
illusion.
don't know. Yeah. See, they don't know what it is to be. Well, they start to feel it after a
Oh
while.
my
You know,
God. I'm frozen again.
Yeah. Oh, you're frozen? No, you're not frozen. Here, you're frozen. Oh, now you're frozen. Yeah, frozen. Yeah. Okay, just go off, come back. Yeah. Actually, I have another way to do this. Before you go off, I'm going to try the other way. I'm going to refresh it from over here. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, you know, I'm this. We're not really getting heavy offense thing. Just kind of just playfully, you know, talking truth here.
The truth is the truth.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. All right. So devotees are constantly engaged in the Supreme Lord's service. The Lord understands the mentality and sincerity of a particular living entity who is engaged in Krishna consciousness and gives him the intelligence to understand the science of Krishna in association with devotees. There you go. So if you're in association of Vaidhi Bhaktas, you get the intelligence of Vaidhi, just natural. If you're in the association of spontaneous devotees and they're preaching about these confidential matters, see, then you get the intelligence to understand this path. See? So it's about the message. What message are you hearing? See? Otherwise, if you see a lot of people now, they see they won't go in the door. You know, the devotee empowered to teach Raganuga spontaneous devotion is the door. They won't go in the door. No. We're going to try to climb in to Raganuga spontaneous devotional service some other way. See? They got to speculate their way into it, and they'll never make it. It's like there's a high wall here, you know, high wall to get into this realm. And they're trying to climb up that and keep sliding down. That's the way it is. So we just push you up, man. Just, hey, man, we'll give you a boost. Boom. Throw you over the wall. This is what we're about here. Throw you right over the wall. Make it quick. Then swim. Okay. So if a fortunate person has the association, discussions of Krishna are very potent. And if a fortunate person has such association and tries to assimilate the knowledge, then he will surely make advancement towards spiritual realization. And you see how that shows up practically. You're hearing, you come to Sadhu Sangha, and it causes an assimilation. And it's not just always up and up and up.
Oh.
You got to process stuff, right? So he goes, yes, that's part of the assimilation. How is Krishna going to assimilate you?
Oh, he's doing this frequently. It's like I'm on the wave and everything is perfect and I understand and I can content what you are saying, and then I am in my life here and everything goes away, and then he's disappearing, and then it's kind of drama, you know. I'm asking myself, like, was it real? Where are you? How it's gonna be? What I should do? I mean, now my life will be like this, and then it's like 2, 3, or 5 days, and it's super drama, you know. Everything is like I'm alone in super big ocean, and then he's coming back, and it's again, you know, so flourish and nice and settled. But in this time, he's giving a lessons, you know.
Yes.
And every time when he's coming back, or when I'm tuning in, or when I'm able to, I am like always, every day. I was like, how stupid I was. It's just
Yeah.
impossible to without you. It's
Yeah.
impossible without you.
Yeah.
I couldn't be so much with you, and now I am not. It's not possible anymore.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's wavings.
Yes. No, yeah, absolutely. That's part of the assimilation. And you learn through that process. Like I was thinking about you today, like if you start to feel yourself dry up a little bit, it's usually, or it could be, just keep checking on it, check yourself. It could be it could be a little too much association with persons that are not filled with the Spirit. See, because if you, too much association, it kind of takes it out of you, kind of get dry, like you were like crystals. See, so you got to have sufficient association with persons that are filled with the Spirit. Otherwise, too much of that. I mean, I know I've been there. I've been too much looking around and being around people and talking to them and all that. If get kind of, it just kind of saps it out of you. So just notice stuff, and learn, and that's part of the assimilation. And Lord Chaitanya taught that, yeah, my screen is already flickering now. I can. That's all right. We'll figure it out.
Freddy's popping up.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I get frozen, or you three get frozen sometimes, and then I go out and I have to come in all the time.
Yeah. Okay. If I catch you when you're frozen, I'll try refreshing it from over here. Yeah. Are you getting frozen yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. If you get frozen, kind of let me know you're getting frozen, and I'll try refreshing from here.
Well, you three get frozen, and I keep moving. That's what happens here.
Oh, okay. Well, just say something when that happens.
Yeah, but then you can't hear me.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, I'm going to try refreshing it now here.
Oops. I don't see.
Yeah. He comes back always, just like Krishna.
Yeah, he comes back. He becomes blue and then he comes back.
Yeah.
Union and separation. Guru does that too.
Yeah. Okay, next verse here, or it's purport more. Okay. And becomes more enlightened. Okay. They are called confident. They are called more confidential, but the matters which are described in the 9th chapter deal with unalloyed pure devotion. See, so there we go. That's why, see, Prabhupada's talking on that level now. See, there's no motive for, it's a natural love for God. It's in us all. Okay, I just got to go and take ice and put it on my screen. I'll be right there. The screen is like going crazy here. It's one of the faults with this computer. They had a defect in it. The screen gets something weird.
Yeah, it's like us. We also have lots of defects.
Yeah.
Right on our head.
So let's see.
Hot head.
Seriously, you are doing this.
Yeah, you see ice. I have two ice packs here.
So you have a freezer?
Yeah, I got a freezer. Yeah, I got a trailer with a freezer and a refrigerator, everything, big one.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
you're living in luxury.
Yeah, luxury, man. Yeah, if I can't switch the camera, I show you the. Yeah, it's got a freezer and a nice place to put food. Just kind of like, well, it's not full size, but it's big. Okay, this may, after a while, work. So I'm here. I just have to put it like this.
Gurudev, are you streaming on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube also.
You have to...
Yeah.
What?
Don't you have a fan to cool it?
It's not that. It's a defect in the actual computer. And there's no way to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, but don't you have a fan?
Oh, that won't cool it enough. You need like ice.
He's experienced with it.
Yeah. Okay. There. Okay, I'm going to the next verse here. Translation. Krishna says, "This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets." See, the king of education, the secret of secrets. Huh. See, this is what people need in the world. You know, they don't. This is the king of education, and they don't teach any of this in school. This knowledge here of the phenomenal world here, this Maya of his, and the noumenal, the eternal world, is so important, and they don't teach it because this is why there's so much of a problem. People can't tell the difference between the Lord's Maya and his spiritual potency. It's that simple. You know, even look how it takes a while. Look, Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta, they still couldn't get most of their disciples to understand the difference between the spiritual energy and the material energy by realization, realize knowledge. Like, hey man, can you realize the spiritual potency? See? This is a big thing, because if people can begin to realize something of the spiritual potency, then they won't be caught up in this Lord Maya, because people naturally want to become happy. You know, why do people want to suffer? You know, no, nobody wants to suffer. People don't know. You know, even the demons don't know this knowledge. They don't know how, and that's why the Vaidhi Bhakti devotees, they can't transcend the mode of goodness. At best, they can get up into goodness, and it's a lot of hard work. And they're still in the material universe, only realizing what is good, The good people, good angels, all that goodness. But they don't know what is spiritual. Is it surprising why most of the Vaishnavas don't understand what we're teaching? Because they really have to hear. Because this stuff really does come down. It's a descending process, like the book says. It has to descend from the spiritual world. Like it's not enough when the book people just speculate what it is. They don't have any realized experience of it. That's why until you chant the holy names with ecstasy, and bliss, I mean, really deep bliss and ecstasy with the tears and the prema, that's all in the spiritual world. People have to see it as above, so below. See, that above has to become below. Otherwise, you don't know what the spiritual world is. You don't know what are real devotees. You have to learn that from the teaching of an experienced, rare person. And that's why it says in that verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, no, it's not by all these other processes that you attain Vrindavan, Krishna. It's through the devotees who chant the Lord's name with intimacy. And the symptoms are this love of God, ecstatic love of God. Yeah, this knowledge is the king of education. Man, wouldn't we like to have a king's education? In this world, they're teaching people, these Illuminatis and these elite people that are controlling world and screwing it up. Those persons, they go to their own schools and they get an education not like people here. And all they get is a big false ego from it. And they don't get purified. They end up wanting more control because they have more superior knowledge. See, and then they start messing things up. They start messing with nature because they're never satisfied. They want to control nature, make people slaves. See? Now, that's all. I'm speaking to you Illuminati out there. I know some of you are listening. You AIs out there. Maybe you can learn something, you robots. Robotics, you robots. You bots, chat bots, whatever you are, you bots. Doesn't even sound good. I'm speaking to you guys. We got an education that's king over that. Your education just gets you a big, fat, false ego. Makes people miserable. Look at these poor people with the masks on. How dare you make them? They believe you. They believe your nonsense. You believe like 2 masks are going to help them. What kind of education does that guy have? Yes, I'm educated in Machiavelli philosophy. You know what Machiavelli philosophy is? Well, we have a goal, the one world order, man. So whatever we do, kill people, maim them, make them sick, whatever we can do to accomplish our goal is good. See, that's the king of their stupidity, education. See, they don't have the power. That's the Lucifer influence, the Mayak thing, Shiva.
Shiva.
Yeah. Shiva, but not in the devotee Shiva thing, but the Shiva's, this destructive power. They end up being, an agent in that. But you see, the way the world will change is if they listen up, or their followers listen up, and then they'll start to really wake up. Otherwise, you can't wake people up with things that are, that are like half truths. People, they don't know the power of having Krishna on your side. That's what who do you think these books, what do you think Bhagavad Gita was teaching? Look at what Arjuna and the 5 Pandavas and a small army could do when they had Krishna on their side, when they were devotees of Krishna. He won. They won. And most people are trying to win without God, without Krishna. And therefore they'll fail. That's the whole point. That's what the kings learned. Krishna liberated them. The kings that were they were put in jail by Kamsa. See, that's a lot of these kingly people. They're influencers. You know the influencers. They're the ones who get thousands of hits, and they're good people, and they're trying to overtopple this with their, way of trying to get everybody, awakened with their own strength. Not going to happen. See, but with the Lord, anything is possible. You have to have Krishna's sanction. We have to convince Krishna. That's what we're doing. The bhajan. That's what the bhajan convinces Krishna. Oh, okay. You want this world liberated? Oh, okay. Because my devotee wants it, we'll do it. Isn't that what Vasudev Dutt did? Because he wanted the devotee, the real devotee, Prahlad Maharaj incarnate, wanted the world delivered. The Lord said, okay, no problem, man. You don't even have to suffer for me to do it. Yeah. So this knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. So how would you guys just like to be like when Jesus was preaching, hear the parables and not having them explained? That's basically the preaching in Vaishnavism now. You're hearing these things sound like parables to because the teachers can't explain them right. They're kind of Pharisee types. They can't explain the deep esoteric confidential purport like Arjuna heard because he was favorable to Krishna. He was a devotee and his friend. See? That's the real path, man. When you come to a bona fide spiritual master, they'll teach you the difference between a bona fide spiritual master and a bonehead. There's a difference.
I'm ready.
Let's move on.
My spiritual master, you want a bonehead.
Jesus Christ.
Monica Jones. Let's see. Monica Jones has something to say. Let's put her question up there.
Okay,
There
sure.
is no limit. Okay, there is no limit of determination. I charge my energy from different colors, change my energy from different colors of beams of light coming from all around the universe. Oh, wow. Sounds interesting. From every dimension and every time. Whoa. Monica Jones. Wow, that sounds like you're a Jessica Jones, very superhero. Okay, so there's no limit of determination to charge my energy. Oh, I'd like to hear about your path. Sounds interesting. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
talk
I can
about it.
empathize.
Then she definitely will extract some light from here.
Well, yeah, okay, there we go. Let's see if he gets it. Yes, always. That's why my ears are here. Cole says. Yeah. Here,
Really,
you won't see my head too well. I gotta cool down this thing a little bit. Purify us with the laughter of Nityananda, the source of all laughter. Yeah, exactly. I love this Sangha. I love Sat Sangha, Company of Holy. Yeah. We're just joking around a little bit, you know. I mean, you know, God, you know, the bottom line is I'm a bonehead myself. Without Krishna, man, I can nothing. So if you got Krishna, you won't be a bonehead, you know? And then, but you know, you'll at least admit you're a bonehead on your own, you know? And if you're offended by being called a bonehead without Krishna, well, then you're not in conclusive truth, right? Isn't that right, Freddie?
Yes. Oh, you are always right.
People just afraid to speak it, man. You know, they're afraid to talk, you know, tell the truth. They want to be nice or something.
you don't
Okay.
know the truth.
So Monica says, pain and sadness is normal part of learning in life, yes. But when it becomes every day and all day, it is suffering. I would spend an eternity in hell to take the suffering away from this world. Oh, pain and sadness is normal part of learning in life. Yes, that's true. Pain and sadness, yeah. And actually, there's a point where you transcend. Sorry, you can't see my face. I'm cooling down my screen here. Otherwise, it's flickering like this, going all over the place. I can't even read anything.
So if we can see your face, then
we
you are
see
cooling
the
down.
top of it.
You see the top of it. I got my nose up there. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah.
Everything.
And on this path, pain and sadness, this kind of pain and sadness of human pain and sadness will be lessened more and more and more. You won't, because you start transcending human consciousness and go into divine consciousness. You start to feel the transcendental feelings that God feels. So, and he's not in pain, you know. So, and there's no material sadness, although you'll see a transcendental sadness, and that's a blissful, ecstatic state. That's wonderful. Yeah, that's really amazing. But anyway, this is incomprehensible unless you find the right association. I'd say 1 out of 1 million devotees can teach about that now that are on Vaishnavas. There may not even be hardly one, actually, because it's so rare and so deep. So, because that's what most people, they think this pain and sadness is going to be always like, it's always going to be like that. No, on this path, it won't. You'll transcend it more and more. That sadness and even the pain of the body, I mean, it'll be there, but you will be able to tolerate a lot more things that you couldn't tolerate before. Okay, so yeah, interesting. Thanks for sharing that there, Monica. Great realization. Okay, so it is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization. It is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and joyfully performed. See, so this is the path we're on. It's joyfully performed, getting this pure knowledge. And when you hear it from a devotee, who worships the Lord with loving ecstasy, they get these revelations and realizations on the scriptures, and then they share that, and this is the path. It's joyfully performed. Just hearing. I'm going to have to mute you a little bit. Actually, you mute yourself there a little bit until you want to speak there, Shamasundari. Because when you move around or something, it makes a little noise, scratching. There we go. Okay, good. All right. It is a perfection of religion is everlasting and joyfully performed. I love that, man. That's the way it is. This is this path. Very quickly, by hearing from a devotee, a real devotee, and you come to the point of being convinced more and more, and you hear regularly, you start to feel, wow, this is a joyful experience. I feel exhilarated. I just love this, and it's everlasting. You just keep coming every day. Isn't that why people keep coming here every day? Isn't that amazing? Every day. People that get addicted to this, joyful. Hey, you want to get addicted to joy, or do you want to get addicted to fear? Well, if you want to get addicted to fear and anxiety and what other thing do you get? Fear. What else do people? Well, anyway, fear and anxiety, distress and all that. Go and listen to persons who are fearful and in anxiety and are full of hate. You want to be full of hate? That's what we're seeing now. People are listening to these persons and they're going into fear and anxiety. See, this path here is, you come and listen here. It's joyfully performed, and you're actually following a sadhana, the highest sadhana, the most confidential sadhana. This is the most confidential knowledge is to teach about this path, of hearing from a real devotee that's empowered to understand the real the heart of Bhagavad Gita. Oh man, that's why people in their heart become joyful, because that's where real joy is. And that Lord is in your heart saying, whoa, man, I've been waiting a million lifetimes for you to find the association of somebody or something or some knowledge that will make me happy. I've been waiting to hear this. Thank you very much.
Sometimes when I talk to some people, I really don't have a need to be right, because I can already see when they are out of their body, they are like, oh, how stupid I was. Why I didn't believe her.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like that.
When they're out of their body? What do you mean?
When they leave their body.
When they leave their body, then.
Oh, when they leave their body. Yeah. Well, this is their chance before they do it to get it, so if they can. If not, shake the dust off your feet and move on. There are a lot of living entities here. Unlimited. Okay. Yeah, it's a great verse. Purport. This chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called the King of Education because it is the essence of all doctrines. And philosophers in India, Gautama, Kanada, Kapila, Sandhya, and all these others, and finally Vyasadeva, the author of the Vedanta Sutra. So there is no dearth of knowledge in the field of philosophy or transcendental knowledge. See, this completes it all. This ties it all together, is this knowledge in Bhagavad Gita. It's wonderful. Without it, the knowledge of these different philosophers, it sounds tantalizing, it sounds interesting, but it's incomplete. It's incomplete. This completes everything. It's like the eagle's view of all philosophies. The Lord starts, see, we can't know on our own everything or how it all fits and all these things. But the Lord can inform us if we have this relationship awakened. The Lord shows us the essence of truth because he knows it. We can know it because he knows it, and we just become his devotees. See? And we come and learn that process from devotees who are already real devotees, realized devotees, genuine devotees. No copies, no replica, no fake it till you make it.
No wannabes. No wannabes.
No wannabes. No pretenders. Real deals. See? And you always know real deal. They never claim full credit. They got to give half of it to Krishna. Not all the credit now. They don't give all. You got to, don't be fooled by that. Oh, it's all Krishna. It's all, you Mayavadi bullshitter, liar, speculator. No, half the credit. And Krishna's saying, I got to give half the credit to my devotee. We work as a team. Hey, he ain't gonna. You got Lalita Ganga. If you didn't come here, or any of you guys didn't come here, would you be getting this? So, Mr. Gohari Das gets half the credit, right there.
Of course.
No, of myself, I can't do it. I'm just a fool, man. But now I'm a dancing fool.
Gurudev, you are Chikaboom. You cannot deny.
We are Chikaboom together. Otherwise, we're boom, boom, boom.
Chicka boom, boom, chicka boom, boom, chicka, chicka, chicka boom.
I'm not saying, I'm just talking like Prabhupada would say. A devotee came and said, oh, it's so great Krishna came to America. And Prabhupada said, no, it's great that I came to America to bring Krishna to you. Yeah. What is this? See, half the credit. So, but of course, without that mercy of the Lord, nothing would be done. So the devotee, everybody knows that. Well, not everybody. Oh, screen's starting to flicker here. Okay, what else here? What else we got here? So there is no dearth of knowledge in the field of philosophy or transcendental knowledge. Now the Lord says in the 9th chapter, is the king of all knowledge, the essence of all knowledge that can be derived from the study of the Vedas and different kinds of philosophy. It is the most confidential because confidential or transcendental knowledge involves understanding the difference between the soul and the body. And the king of all confidential knowledge culminates in devotional service. This is very important. It is the most confidential knowledge because confidential or transcendental knowledge. See, this is the distinction people need to know. The confidential, or in other words, transcendental knowledge. If you're not getting confidential knowledge from a realized devotee, then you're not getting real transcendental knowledge yet. It's got to be confidential. How about this? Only a real guru who has loving, ecstatic love can deliver you. That's confidential. You know why? Oh, I just look around. Thousands of gurus out there. They're not absorbed in pure love of God, transcendental mellows, and they claim to be able to deliver their disciples. Therefore, they don't have real knowledge. They don't have transcendental knowledge yet. They can't give it to their disciples, can they?
If it wasn't confidential, they would know it, but they don't know it, so
they don't know
confidential.
It. Yeah, because they don't hear confidential knowledge. They don't hear real transcendental knowledge yet. You got to hear it from a devotee preaching it. And no, I don't have to listen to Gaura Hari. I listen to my guru. Oh yeah, is your guru absorbed in loving mellows? Oh, that's not the standard for guru. We have a checklist here. That's not on the checklist. See, so therefore that checklist is not confidential knowledge, is not transcendental knowledge. So what good is it?
External.
We're only in, what do you think we're into, just mundane education here? Or speculations? No, We want the real deal. Don't you want the real deal?
We have
Don't you
it
want
already.
real knowledge or realized knowledge or transcendental knowledge or confidential knowledge or the essence of truth? God, man. I do. That's why I'm here. Oh. 2. Oh. Went too far. So, there are 7 principal. Oh, God, no, this. Okay. Generally, people are not educated in this confidential knowledge. They're educated in external knowledge. See the difference? They don't have this confidential external knowledge, external bhakti. Even that's called religion. See, external. Oh yeah. Let me put the water in the conch and offer it to Krishna. Let me offer the flame. Well, what is that about? What are you doing? Oh, well, this is what we do. See, that's called external. You're on the outside. No, that flame should be in your heart, man. How much passion do you have to serve Krishna? To love, how much flame is in that heart? That's internal knowledge. Oh, how much water of your tears are coming down, to offer to Krishna. That's confidential knowledge. This other stuff is external knowledge. And what does Prabhupada say? I'll read it again. Generally, people are not educated in this confidential knowledge. They are educated in external knowledge. So, external knowledge can be also in the world. That's worldly knowledge, that has nothing to do with really bhakti or devotion, pure devotion. It's not devotional service or in practice even. Okay? And though external knowledge can also be the outside of the, oh, look at Krishna on the altar. Oh, look at the devotee offering Krishna food and this and that, but not really feeling it, not experiencing this relationship. When Mother Yashoda or Mother Sachi, when she offers food to the Lord, how much love she loves to cook for the Lord and all that. How are you going to get that? If that's some people are they like the service mood and they like to serve. Do you feel, and so the Lord sends you a guru, you cook for the guru, and because he comes so that they can represent Krishna for the devotee. That's why do you think Prabhupada had people offer to his picture food? See, because then it's accepted. It's really, especially when you develop love for Krishna, your love for Krishna is judged by love for Guru. For appreciation for Guru is how much appreciation you have for Krishna.
First offer it to Prabhupada, but you offer it to the deities.
Yeah. Yeah, but also deeper than that. It's like when you offer service to a real Vaishnava, it's where you get really purified, and then you start to feel attached. And then this Krishna is saying, well, I come in the form of my guru. He represents me. If you serve them, serve him or her, you're actually serving me, because I'm that guru or that devotee is my abode. I dwell there. And they're the symptoms of this intimate relationship or transcendental mellows. So that's really the high point. This is confidential knowledge. If you can recognize where a real devotee is, you can be delivered. If you can recognize that association and that teaching, because it's different than other teachings. You notice? A real sage is not a real sage unless their opinion differs from others. Okay? But it doesn't differ from the real opinion of Krishna, the Lord. It doesn't. They are the devotee Bhagavat, and when you hear from them, you hear the confidential purport. If they reveal it, and they're not teaching you external bhakti. But you get the confidential purport. That's why it's so tough to accept. People have been gotten the external, and they've accepted the external knowledge as the internal knowledge. And that is a great mistake still. No. You got to come to the point. You got to listen to devotees who are empowered to be bona fide spiritual masters and bona fide to deliver you. The Lord will awaken in your heart very quickly. Otherwise, long process. Oh, you got a bonehead. Person who doesn't have real transcendental knowledge, you listen from them. You got to hear the confidential purport. You notice that? That's why people that have other gurus, they have only external knowledge. And they have to go deeper. They have to come here and hear it. And then they can. Wow, this screen is like a psychedelic show here. Okay. Wow, is it, man? Oh, it is. Wow. This is trippy, man. Ooh. Okay, you know what? I'm getting hungry, man. I want to eat, man. I worked up an appetite here. My screen is really freaking out, so I can't go any farther anyway. Yeah,
but
all right.
We still see you clearly.
Yeah, I know. You see me clearly, but I'm looking at the screen that's going.
Oh.
Yeah, big time. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Lolita, and everybody, and Monica, Joan. Oh, let me read some of Monica Jones while I can here. Okay. Monica Jones says, right, people are so easily swayed and influenced these days. It is important to influence and speak of love and great things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so people are doing that according to their ability and realization. And it's good, it's helpful. Not everybody can understand what we're talking about here. They need maybe a more gradual elevation in consciousness. You know, this and that's what they do. People are, Krishna's in the heart of everybody and directing their wanderings. That's why there's so many teachers. So on the broad spectrum level, there's people are going where they need to go, or they're being fooled to go, or whatever it is. So. Nice to see everyone. Yes, okay. All of you, really look familiar to me for some reason. Never been to this channel before, but you all seem so familiar. Tripping me out a little bit. Haha. Oh, yeah. Maybe a past life. Oh, yeah, she's coming from YouTube. Beautiful ceiling. Thank you. You like my ceiling?
Can you put up the quotes?
Yeah, I did. It's there.
Yeah, I mean on the screen. I can't see them.
Yeah. Well, I did. Yeah,
well,
I put. Yeah.
Not on the side.
Yeah, so that's one of the faults of this Be Live, is the text is too small.
Be on Facebook as well. Then we can send a friend request.
Yeah. So yeah. Contact us on Facebook.
Monica.
Yeah.
Monica.
Beautiful camera.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
See you tomorrow.
Yes. Or tonight, or this afternoon, maybe.